The things, everything that God made. If I could have the things that I preach about, I wouldn't have these other things, would I? I wouldn't need computers and, well, a bit of TV, but you tell stories. There'd be great books and things. Well, life would just be a wonderful story. No, so, what Jesus used the word consolations. Like rich man has had his consolation. These things that, not in that way that you know they're bad. Because we're supposed to have the earth. Every man is supposed to be walking on the earth, and you can't have that. Every child is supposed to have trees and animals, and forests, and all these things. We're all supposed to be on the earth, full of the joy of the things of earth, but we can't get to the earth because rich man has stolen it all. So these things like VR, it's very evil, really, but it's a good consolation. Because well, he said, well, you can't, like Skyrim, you should have all that world like real. I mean, not ghosts and monsters and dragons, but it should be real. You should be able to go around mountains and I don't know, ropes and carpentry. You can do amazing things, like building things with forests and rope swings, adventure, tree houses, etc., etc. But we can't have any of that, and so it's very important. And I find it just as hard work to find something in this earth. Like I said, it could keep me awake. I just started playing games a lot because of staying awake, because it's like narcolepsy. It's so evil out there, but you can't stay in, and TV drives you to sleep as well. So what do you do? So I think the most absolute important thing for all, especially men, I don't really know about women. I guess the same for women really, is just to have absolutely nothing to do with lust. And that's another good thing for MetaQuest, because sometimes if you sit still, the demons of lust will jump on you, and it's very hard. That's why if the demons of lust jump on you, go and have a bath. Um, Certainly have nothing to do with all that. Masturbation and porn have nothing to do with that. It's absolutely hopeless. But you can have baths, and you can go and play table tennis or something on the quest, and you just forget about it. You see. So you've got to rely on your mind to just get through a day, and it is very, very hard to align your mind, being at home, getting through a day without busying yourself with all that stuff in the world. I'm not saying all that's wrong too, maybe if you want to go out and earn some money, but for God's sake, get a plan. You people that just go out and earn money, you're really going to get yourself into a situation if you don't just grab the money and run. But you're setting yourself up for, I will do this forever. You're really going to get yourself into a bad situation. You know, it, get the money, and I mean, even if you're trying to maybe set up a little business or something, not to make money, but just to sustain yourselves so that you can stay at home, or get yourself the equipment so that you can go up in rank and stay at home. Stay at home and work. Do work that you like. Anyway, I'm not gonna be a preacher sitting here. My preaching is when I go outside. But I just thought it's very important that anyone out there that's looking for advice from other preachers and disciples, you know, this is where we are. We don't want to be like the rich and living on the land and having all the wonderful things like horse riding and walks and fires. We want to be in the mess with the poor people in cities. Sex and crack and just hell. We want to be we're in the middle of the mix. You're suffering the demons, you suffering the karma, but at the same time you keep clean of it, and it is possible. Mm. You have to use great judgment. Like I find the violent movies are quite good. The violent movies are quite good because they don't put the porn in it. Mm. Like I watched Denzel Washington. That was quite good. That rescuing that girl in Mexico, and because the violence is not too bad really, but I can't involve myself in anything to do with porn and lust. It's like it bothers me, and I find it gross, filthy. I'm a father of daughters myself. I find it gross. So, big question, and this is the answer. You can find ways and things in the world, like there's some half good TV. If it's got sex in it, I would just have nothing to do with TV that's got sex in it. And the more you don't watch it, the more they'll make good shows. Like the Star Wars is really good, huh? Like a lot of the mainstream stuff is quite good. Like the Meta Quest is good, the Star Wars is good because generally they don't put the sex in it. You want a story, you want something that you can relax and let your subconscious work. That you can just sit there and let the subconscious work. That's what you want, because you need that gap between conscious action doing and just falling asleep unconsciousness. You need that gap of settling down. You can't just go between the two. It is, you need to talk with God in the middle, or else you can get bad dreams. And the other way too. You can make mistakes while you're awake. So there is a way. There is a way for disciples to be with this world. Some of the things in this world you have to have judgment, mm, about. That is completely harmless. That is very harmful. Something like that.